Are you ready to turn the tide on traditional performance reviews and ignite a culture of continuous growth and collaboration in your organization? Rise and shine, leaders. This is Glenn Guyton, keynote speaker and cultural futurist. It's time for our executive coffee break. Yes! I've got my beverage in hand. I hope you have yours too. They say you can't choose your family, but you can choose your workplace culture and your beverage. Today, I am drinking coffee with a little sweetened condensed milk. I'm getting a little wild today. Leadership matters, so you might as well get good at it. Today, we are diving into the hot topic of rethinking performance reviews for the next generation, and I'm talking about Generation Z. The traditional annual review is becoming a relic of the past. Instead, continuous feedback and collaborative growth models are taking center stage, reshaping how we support and develop our teams. That is our focus today. How do we give people feedback? And in particular today, I'm saying Gen Z, but I think this applies to all of us. The workforce is changing. The workplace is changing. So why the shift? Why these changes? Well, the shift reflects our evolving workplace dynamics, where agility, real-time feedback, and personal growth align with the aspirations and work styles of Gen Z, and even the expectations of us that have been around for a long time. This generation thrives on continuous learning, instant feedback, and opportunities to innovate. So how do we adapt our performance review processes to be more inclusive, engaging, and effective for them? So I'm going to give you 5 practical tips today. 5. Take notes, jot it down, think about them. Tip number 1, implement continuous feedback loops. I've talked about this in the past if you've joined me on this channel, but replace your annual review cycle with ongoing real-time feedback. Encourage managers to schedule regular check-ins, fostering an open dialogue about performance, goals, and growth opportunities. Continuous feedback. I have a organization. I was executive director of an organization, and I have had terms, and I was reviewed every 3 years, which is kind of is that like, how do you know how you're doing over that period of time if you don't get reviewed, a formal review, but once every 3 years? And this is for executive leadership position. That's far too long. Of course, I've been part of organizations and in the military where we had our annual reviews. That's too long for you to correct behavior. And then everyone is scrambling when something goes wrong with a person to say, hey, did you document this? Did you document this? How are we going to get rid of this bad seed? I'm framing this in a negative, but if you had continuous feedback reviews, you could have probably stopped bad behavior, corrected it, or got rid of people much easier than waiting for an annual review. And that's the only time you ever document anything about people or give people the feedback necessary for growth. So continuous feedback loops, regular check-in with the people, not every day, but check in with them periodically. You know, maybe it's quarterly, maybe it's monthly. I mean, I always try to tell people that work for me what's going on and give them regular feedback before it becomes a problem, or to boost good behavior. Number 2, focus on development, not just evaluation. I love this one. Shift the conversation from solely assessing past performance to discussing future growth and development. This approach aligns with Gen Z's desire for continuous learning and improvement. Yeah, we're focusing on Gen Z, but I've done this with my millennial team members, my Gen X team members, and my baby boomers. I say, hey, what's next? What do you want to do next? What's your growth plan? How can I help you get there? If I find talented leaders, I start putting them into to positions to succeed so that they're ready. And I always try to train my replacement, which is crazy, right? Some people don't like that, but I do. I like to think about the things that help me get to my position as a senior leader. How could I help other younger people get into my position? Because when I leave, I want the organization to be a success. It reflects on my skill as a visionary leader, but it also reflects on the capability of the young person that I'm training up. So I always want to try to plug people into positions of opportunity. I just coined that. That's a new term, positions of opportunity. You heard it here first, people, positions of opportunity. As you're doing your evaluation, put people into positions of opportunity. I'm writing that down. It was so good. I just came up with that just while we were doing this broadcast, positions of opportunity. I don't know if it's original or not, but it just came to me. I've never heard it before. Positions of opportunity. That's what we want to provide people in the workplace so that they can grow, that they can be their best selves, that they can, that you have continuity in the workplace, so that you always have this kind of succession plan. Number 3, leverage technology, use digital platforms to facilitate more frequent and constructive feedback. This is really important if you have remote workers. Apps that allow for peer-to-peer recognition, goal setting, and tracking can enhance transparency and engagement. So you can use technology to facilitate these continuous feedback loops. Also to, do some fun things about performance. Create some games. I mean, it's plenty of stuff out there. I'm not getting to the technology right now. If you want to know about technology and all that stuff, go see my friend Crystal Washinton. She's a technology futurist. She's wonderful. She's great. She does all the apps. I'm a cultural futurist. I do the people part. She does the technology part. Go check her out. She's great. Wonderful, wonderful person. Number 4, promote a culture of collaboration. Encourage teams to work together on setting goals and solving problems. This not only improves team dynamics, but also ensures that performance reviews are more comprehensive and reflective on collective efforts. So that's good. Like, right, having teams, kind of evaluating teams, collaboration, how well people work together. I think that's an important part. One thing I would say to avoid when we think about collaboration, because we want cross-functional teams. We don't want just to shine the spotlight on one team, but we want teams to work together. So that's the word of caution. Don't let people get siloed. Don't let teams get siloed. I've had that challenge in the workplace. There's becomes an internal competition between teams. And I have to remind them, hey, we're all one team. We may be different departments. We're all one team. We need to share information. It's not a competition. It's collaboration. And number five of my tips, train your leaders. Equip your managers and leaders with the skills to give constructive feedback, coach for growth, and foster an environment where feedback is sought and valued. So equip your managers, teach them how to look for those positions of opportunity and guide people toward those positions of opportunity. All right. So those are 5 things that you can do to help give better feedback as we think about Gen Z, because they are now the face of change. It was millennials. Now it's Gen Z. Pretty soon it'll be Gen Alpha. But the tips that I'm giving you work across the board. Maybe some of the baby boomers are a little like, I don't need that. I don't need that much feedback. But hey, give it to them anyway. 5 steps, implement continuous feedback loops. Number 2, focus on development, not just evaluation. Number 3, leverage technology. Number 4, promote a culture of collaboration. And number 5, train your leaders, train your people so that they know what to do. Creating an innovative workplace culture just doesn't happen by osmosis. Some osmosis is good, but now with remote teams, dispersed staff, more of a global workforce, and some companies do have people all across the globe. You have to be really intentional about creating the culture that you want. So training is important. Make sure people have the same training, that same information. My challenge for you this week, take a step, or maybe next week if you're watching this on Friday. I don't know what day you're watching this, but hey, my challenge for you, take a step towards transforming your performance review process. Choose one of the 5 tips that I mentioned and start implementing it with your team. Notice the changes in engagement and conversation quality. Remember, the goal is to foster a culture where feedback drives innovation and growth. And it doesn't need to take all day. You can have a 15-minute check-in. Really, it's not going to take too much time out of your day. I just scheduled something with my teams for July. June. Yeah, I think I scheduled it for my teams for June because that's when I have time. I don't have time right now. So I scheduled some feedback sessions with my teams. We're working on some strategic planning, and I scheduled it for June because I'm busy right now. And so I scheduled, each employee, just a couple every day till I get it done, and blocked out that time. So it's on my schedule now. I know I don't have any conflicts, and it'll help us continue to move toward our goals. Do I feel like doing it? No, I don't feel like doing it because I could be doing something else, but I need to make sure that this strategic plan gets rolled out in the way I want it rolled out. So I need to talk to my team leaders, ensure that they're talking to their teams. All right. So I'm not meeting with everyone, meeting with some key leaders. We're going to get these things knocked out, and the organization is going to be better for it. All right. Thank you all for joining me today. And let's not forget the strength and perseverance that it takes to lead with empathy and inclusivity. Better leaders get better results. So to every one of you leading the charge for a more supportive and engaging workplace, I leave you with this. Stay bold, stay inspired, and remember that your actions today shape the culture of tomorrow. My name is Glenn Guyton. You have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.